Polybar is a type of splash fill. Fill is where the heat transfer of the cooling tower will occur. Splash fill is designed to break the cooling water into small droplets to create more surface area for the heat transfer to take place. Additionally, the splash fill slows the cooling water to increase the time the heat transfer can occur. Heat transfer is accomplished by drawing the cool, outside air across the fill media. As the air passes through the fill media, the heat will be drawn out of the cooling tower by the fan. Polybar is a high-efficiency PVC splash fill. The polybar will require to be supported at least every 2 foot by PVC-coated wire. The wire will be hung from FRP wire hangers. The wire hangers are fabricated from 2-inch FRP square tubing. Splash fill can be installed in different spacing to create the desired design condition. In this application, the splash fill is installed in 4x8 spacing. The first step of installing polybar fill is to install the wire hangers. To install the wire hangers, you need to first know the air travel of the fill. The air travel is the distance the air will travel across the fill media. Next, you will need to determine the amount of fill bars that will be required to create the desired air travel. Once this information has been obtained, you can start the design layout of the wire hangers. It is important to keep in mind different types of fill will require supports in different locations. The following measurements are to support a 7-foot bar of polybar fill. The polybar fill requires supports at least every 2 foot. You want the fill bar to overhang the first and last wire 6 inches. A 7-foot fill bar is 84 inches. To determine the spacing of the middle wire hangers, you will have to do some math. You will subtract 12 inches for the 6-inch overhang on each end of the fill bar from the overall length of the fill bar. In this case, the overall length is 84 inches. This gives you the distance between the first and last wire hanger. In this case, it is 72 inches. Next, you will divide 72 inches from the maximum unsupported span of the fill media. In this case, it is 24 inches. This will give you the number of fill sections you will create in between the 2 ends of wire. In this case, it is 3 sections. To create 3 sections, you will need 2 middle wire supports for a total of 4 supports per 7-foot fill bar. By installing 2 wire supports, you create 3 sections of fill in between the 2 wire ends. To determine the middle wire support measurement, you will need to find the distance of the 3 sections of fill between the 2 ends of wire. You will do this by dividing the distance between the first and last hanger, 72 inches, by the number of sections of the fill in between the 2 ends of wire, 3 sections. In this case, it is 24 inches between each wire hanger. Now you can start laying out your wire hangers. You will measure from the outside of the louver column 6 inches. From that mark, you will measure 24 inches and place a mark. You will repeat this step 3 times. This will give you the marks needed to install the 4 rows of wire hangers where they go. Once you have the marks on the tie lines where the wire hangers will be installed, you will fasten the wire hangers to the tie lines. It is important to ensure the wire hanger is installed so that the wire will be on the marks that you have laid out when the wire is installed. Additionally, do not over-tighten fasteners. If you do, it will force the wire hanger closed and you will struggle to install the wire. Once all the wire hangers have been installed, you are ready to start installing wire. You will start on the louver side on an end or partition wall. You will cut the top of the wire so that the wire will fit around the tie lines with the wire in line with the outermost edge of the column. As you install wire side by side, you will twist the wires together. As you install wires below a row of wire, you will tie the bottom of the top wire to the wire hanger below it. When installing wire, it is important that all the wire is hung straight and uniformly. When the wire is installed, you are now ready to start installing polybar fill. You will start on the top on either an end wall or a partition wall. When installing the fill, you will install a fill bar in every other square, with the row below offset 1 row of squares. The fill should start flush with the outside of the louver column. You will cut fill bars to be installed in between columns and braces. Every other square on the wire is required to have a fill bar. When installing the fill in an elevation below where fill has previously been installed, follow the pattern on the fill in the elevation above you. The fill will need to lay flat and straight in the wire. To accomplish this efficiently, it may require 2 employees. 1 employee between the first 2 wires and 1 at the back inserting the fill bars. When polybar fill is installed correctly, it should look like this.